Chief.
We're all ears. Julio,
Oh, yes. This Bogdanov fellow.
please, a little respect. Addressing a deceased person.
Sure. Mr. Bogdanov arrived to the Union 3 years ago.
Okay, we already know that. Tell us something new, Julio.
He brought more than $1.3 million with him.
Wow.
An impressive amount. I wonder where he got it from.
I have more gossipy stuff, too.
Excuse me, what kind of stuff?
Just that he immigrated with his nuptial partner. In Russia, of course.
And what was her name?
Larissa Lukin, his primary sexual partner, was his former nuptial partner.
No way.
I suppose Miss Lucan never mentioned this to you, Phoenix?
No, she did not.
Very well. What else, Julio?
Yes. There's this stuff about his finances.
What about his finances?
He made a lot of money over the last 2 months. And then bang!
What does bang mean, Julio?
Oh, he withdrew it all on April 6th.
What did he do with it?
He took a banker's check.
Curious. Why would he want to do that? Anything else?
Not really. I uploaded all the details to your PAs.
Thank you, Julio. Your timing was somewhat late, but nevertheless. Let me add that we have an autopsy report for Mr. Bogdanov. He was murdered by a 9mm firearm. 9mm is a typical bullet size for a handgun in the rogue states.
Ouch! That would hurt.
Yes, Julio, we know. Julio, you are dismissed. I had a look at Bogdanov's financial information, and I found it to be very interesting. I suggest you take a close look at it.
Sure, Chief, provided that Julio uploaded it to my PA.
I'm sure he did. He may not be as smart as you are, but he's definitely very ambitious. He sees this case as an important stepping stone for his future, and so should you.
Yes, Chief. Of course I do.
You need to be more convincing than that. So far, your progress in this case has been average. I suggest you focus better, or else you may lose your status as my lead investigative officer.
I understand, Chief.
Good. I also noticed Melvin Philip Spencer's name in Bogdanov's bank records. What do you make of that?
Oh, the man that died using the illegal device. I don't know, but I can investigate.
Do that. But don't spend too much time on it. That case is being handled by our headquarters, and I don't want you to step on anybody's toes.
Sure, Chief. I'll be careful.
I'll get Spencer's autopsy report sent to you. One more thing. After you carefully examine Bogdanov's finances, ask Pierre DeVille's opinion. I bet he'll make some interesting remarks.
Pierre DeVille? All right.
In the meantime, I believe you have certain questions to ask Ms. Lukin.
PA, access GPSN census database and add Melvin Spencer's address to my navigation map. But I better pay a visit to Larissa first. She's been hiding stuff from me. Hi, Larissa.
Oh, hi again, dear. Sit down.
Thank you. How are you today?
Oh, maybe a little better. How is the investigation going?
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about that.
Oh, did you find out who the murderer is?
Not yet, but there are some issues that make me concerned.
Oh, is there anything I can do to help?
Larissa, I am totally disappointed with you.
Phoenix, why, dear?
Because you have been lying to me about your past.
Oh, now hui.
You lied to me about your history with Mr. Bogdanov, and I want to know why.
I was scared.
Of what?
You know, nuptial agreement. Not acceptable. We decided to keep it a secret.
Come on, you don't expect me to believe that. I want the truth this time, not any petty excuses.
I was scared. Really scared.
Of what?
The Gambinos.
What did you say you're scared of?
The Gambinos.
Who are the Gambinos?
They are the scariest people of Russia.
What do they do?
They are the biggest Russian mafia.
Why are you scared of the Gambinos?
Because Vasily used to be one of them.
You must be joking.
Unfortunately not.
Was Mr. Bogdanov still linked with the Gambinos while he was living in the Union?
Surely not. He stole money from them so that we could come here.
I wonder how he got away with it.
Vasily was a very clever and trusted man. He is not one of the notorious. They trusted him with the money.
So he stole from them to come to the Union?
Yes. He told me he cannot take it anymore, so we made a plan.
Why are you scared of them now? Is it possible that they are linked to the murder?
Oh, I don't know. They do have a reason.
Indeed, they do. Larissa, lying to a GPSN employee is a serious offense. You should know better.
I know, Phoenix. I told you I was not emotionally fit to behave politically correct.
I suppose you did, but you must never do it again. Understood?
Promise, my dear.
I have other things to get done today, but I'll be back. So Bogdanov used to be a Gambino crime family member. So hard to believe. Yet Larissa sounded convincing enough for a change. I know it's late, but I need to report my findings to Chief Morrison.
You better have a good reason for bringing me here this late.
Larissa Lukin claims that Vasily Bogdanov used to be a member of the Gambino crime family of Russia.
You don't say? Mr. Bogdanov must have been a graduate of the Randy Hamilton School of Security.
I beg your pardon, Chief. Are you talking about Senior Officer Randy Hamilton, my predecessor? I didn't know he owned a school for security training.
Of course he didn't. I was being sarcastic. When I started my tenure here 5 years ago, Randy was the only security screening interviewer. Later we learned that many of the novices he had interviewed and approved were convicted of serious crimes committed once they were living in the Union. I immediately suspended and eventually fired him when I had gathered enough scientific evidence.
Oh, I didn't know that. Was he that bad of an interviewer?
Yes, and he was a terrible judge of character. I think he believed that everybody had a right to live in the Union. I even had to take over the interviews myself, until I commissioned you and a few others.
I see.
Phoenix, I want you to pretend that you know nothing about the shortcomings of Randy Hamilton. Maybe our Ms. Lucan has more skeletons to offer us from her closet.
Evidently, Larissa Lukin told me that Bogdanov had been a Gambino accountant, and that he was never a part of any duty involving violence. She insists that Bogdanov hated being part of a crime family, and so he took the risk of stealing money in order to immigrate here.
A Gambino accountant on the run? They certainly have a reason to fry his ass.
Excuse me, Chief.
I said the Gambinos have a very good reason to have had this man killed. Don't you agree?
I certainly do, Chief.
I only have a little time. Continue.
Pierre Deville doesn't know about any other business ventures of Bogdanov's, other than the Things store. Apparently, Bogdanov had mentioned several ambitious plans regarding new business ventures but he was never specific.
More business ventures. This man must have been quite greedy. He has an HDI of only 70, but he appears to have an unstoppable desire for accumulating wealth.
You don't see it every day, that's for sure.
I wonder what's behind all this greed. I have known and interviewed so many immigrants, but never have I come across such an ambitious newcomer. They're usually just grateful and happy to be here.
Like I said, Chief, you don't see it every day. You were right about Bogdanov's 7-digit number, Chief. It belonged to a Captain Juan Antonio Perez of the GPSN military.
So, did you find this Captain Perez? Does he have anything to do with Bogdanov?
I can't tell yet, Chief. And unfortunately, Captain Perez isn't around to answer my questions either. He's dead.
What? How did he die?
He died in a plane crash over Russian soil. The details of the accident are being kept confidential.
Who's your contact there?
I talked to the Personnel Officer Corporal Monahan and First Lieutenant Thorson, who happened to be Perez's sexual partner. First Lieutenant Thorson had known Captain Perez for more than 3 years. She claims that Perez was one of the most experienced pilots at their base. Fabian claims that half of the Stardust clientele were buddies with Bogdanov. Sounds like he was never alone in that club. One of the friends Fabian can recall is a Mr. Mikhailov.
You don't say.
Fabian told me about a Mata Hari. Apparently, she's the main attraction at the Stardust Club. Fabian claims that this Mata Hari can captivate anyone in her audience, and she dances to some exotic Middle Eastern music.
Phoenix, how many times have I asked you not to waste my time? What is the relevance? Is there something I'm missing?
But she was sitting right next to Mikhailov, and when they noticed me watching them, they abruptly stood up and departed in separate directions.
Are you sure they left because of you?
I'm positive. Mata Hari gave me a stern look right before she stood up.
Why do you think your scrutiny caused them to leave?
I don't know, but I sure want to find out.
I asked Julio to investigate Pierre Deville's background. He couldn't find much. What else do we know about this man?
To tell you the truth, he's starting to give me the creeps. He seems so old-fashioned and macho. He even has an extensive firearm collection at his home. He claims these firearms deserve respect. I have a hard time understanding how anyone could think like that.
A firearm collection? How curious. I've heard of certain military executives collecting such items, but an artist? I wonder where his interest comes from.
I have no idea, Chief, but he seems to have quite a variety in his collection. I have nothing further to mention at this time. What should I wear? Fabian. It's me again.
Oh, welcome back, Officer Wallace.
Who is Matahari?
I already told you who she is. She is our famed dancer.
No, I mean, who is she really?
To my knowledge, Matahari is her stage name, as you already guessed.
Do you know her real name?
No, I don't think anybody does.
Come on, she probably has some contract with this place. Doesn't anyone in the management know her name?
No, she goes by Matahari and everybody loves it.
What do you mean, everybody loves it?
You know, everybody loves the mysteriousness of her name. When clients watch Matahari for the first time, they all want to know her real name.
Why is that?
Because they instantly fall in love with her. They are enraptured by her.
I thought the clients were predominantly devotees. I don't think those people can be enraptured by anything at first sight.
I think you'll change your mind about that after seeing Matahari in action.
Was Mr. Bogdanov able to have healthy relationships with the Union women?
Sure, why not? He never complained to me. Maybe he was not in the best shape, but it shouldn't have mattered for a man of his qualities.
What qualities are we talking about here?
First of all, he knew how to handle people. Trust me, Officer Wallace, I can tell when a man has exemplary communication skills.
You believe he was a great communicator?
Believe me, it's not just me. Everybody in this joint thought the same way.
Including Matahari?
I wouldn't know that, of course. She isn't one to share her feelings.
Do you think Bogdanov liked Matahari?
Of course he did. He was infatuated with her, just like everyone else.
Did you ever see him around other women?
No, come to think of it, but then again, we don't see many women in this club. The club doesn't offer much for their pleasure.
But if your club is full of men, why wouldn't women find pleasure here?
Officer Wallace, you have to understand that our regulars have been around the block and seen it all. They do not have anything left to prove as far as women are concerned. Often women come here in groups and are never able to attract the attention of men. When these women see the shows, I think they feel a little intimidated. Then they leave and never come back.
So, how can you explain their undivided interest in Mata Hari?
I simply can't. I don't think they can either, which intrigues them even more.
Thanks for the information. I shouldn't take more of your time today, but I might come back with more questions later.
Certainly, Officer Wallace.
Mata Hari. What a strange woman. I've heard enough about her for tonight. Ugh. That used to be his private pool, I suppose. That used to be... Wow, it's a laptop computer with no network connection. I am really surprised that Dr. Spencer was still using one of these. You risk losing all your data if it fails. There are boxes everywhere. Wow, a beautiful classical painting. I bet Dr. Spencer had an expensive taste in art. A very worn, printed book. Dr. Spencer must have been reading it quite often. Sir Thomas More. Dr. Spencer must have been a fan of this man.